So I looked at sort of 5 key shifts in thinking. So the first shift is, how do we use social media to listen and not be a bullhorn and continue to promote, because that's what we are used to as marketers. The second change in perspective, I would call it, is stop thinking about transactions and thinking about relationships. Think about a relationship I'm starting. I want to start with that consumer for a long time. It's not a glib statement you put on the wall. It completely changes your economics, your marketing, and how you approach that interaction with the consumer. The third one is, we are so used to thinking about channel. I mean, we are assuming that the consumer thinks about us as channel first. Consumers approach shopping, their journey starts with context and intent. They don't organize their mind in channels. Similarly, the role of mobile is almost like, I would call it an extension of our consumer. It has turned a physical consumer into a digital touch point. And everything they do, where they go, it's almost a torrent of data. So to think about that as another shopping or a transaction channel, it's doing it a disservice. It's probably less than 1% of its potential. And then obviously the data. When everybody talks about data, the importance of data, I don't want to reiterate that, but I think it's how we look at data is very important. It's what kind of data, that's what is important. There needs to be a cohesive strategy to collect data. Data is not sort of an after effect or a side effect of what I'm doing. It has to be a proactive, cohesive strategy. We've done initiatives which exist for the sole purpose of collecting data. That's the ROI. We actually give the metric of how good is the consumer profile, how enriched it is, and that's how we measure success of that business, because that's the long-term strategy. I would really urge you to think about each of this shift, because they're urgent, because I can tell you from experience, it has to start with a shift.